Welcome to Manila, you son of a gun. Well, here I am. I finally made it. By golly, it's good you're here. You really did come after all.
It's really good to see you. Manila has really changed since I was here last.
Of course. 20 years is a long time. Car's over here.
You know, Joe, I can't tell you how it feels. It's like coming home. Like being a kid again.
And it is your home. Now that you're here, I'm going to make you stay.
Oh, hold on now. I'm a 9 to 5 man, remember? I'm expected back at the office in 2 weeks.
Never mind. There's better business for you here.
I can believe it. The chauffeur, the limousine, the works, huh, Joe?
I can't complain.
Been out there?
Yes. About 4 years ago.
What's it like, Joe?
Well, then it was mostly covered up by the jungle. And what about you, Frank? Is everything all right now with you?
There. No more nightmares or cold sweats. No more head shrinkers. It's just part of an old dream. Another time that never happened.
Well, you'd never believe it, but now they're taking tourists to that old pile of rocks.
No kidding.
I tell you. Come on, Frank. Forget it. Like you said, it was another time. That's how you say, get into high gear. This is going to be 2 weeks you will never forget. I promise you.
So this is the little bungalow you told me about in your letters, huh?
It's a place to sleep. What happened 8 years ago, you remember? I was looking forward to seeing you, but you never showed up.
Yeah, I know. Just couldn't make it. I just wound up a bad siege of matrimony, and to top it off, changed jobs. Believe me, I really wanted to get out here and get away from that rat race. But it was just impossible.
Well, we finally made it, didn't we? 20 years. Hey, you remember the last time we saw each other?
Manila was a mess. Gee, I could have anything in town for the price of a pack of cigarettes. A lot of good it did me. As soon as we got out of that Jap camp, they hustled us on a hospital ship and out of here.
Well, you look pretty bad.
And you look like Pancho Villa in that crazy outfit and those banderillas.
I'll have you know, sir, that our guerrilla outfit whipped the entire Jap army single-handed.
Hey there, old buddy. Did I hear you guys right? Am I to understand that we're former comrades in arms? Captain Stanley Wasserman, 1st Batangas Guerrilla Organization. Just old Stan to you boys.
I'm Joe Rodriguez. My friend here is Frank Mason. He just got in today from the States.
Oh, just back from the motherland. Well, that calls for something special.
Would you like a drink?
Well, thank you. Well, isn't this something? 3 old vets like ourselves, sitting here having a nice drink.
Yes.
when I think of all the millions of people who owe everything to us, their very lives, lest we forget.
You're right, Stan.
Lest we forget.
You've got to forgive me. But it just makes me sick when I think that here we are, the forgotten men. Yes, sirree, they sure forget how it was for us. Why, it was the worst kind of hell, right? How about you, old friend? Where'd you do your fighting?
Up in the hills?
We sure as hell gave them a going over, didn't we? How about you, old buddy?
No, actually.
I was on Corregidor.
Well, now my hat's off to you, Chuck. Now, there was a real brawl.
One more round, and I think we better head on. What do you think, Frank?
Corregidor. Every time I think of it, I feel like I die a little inside.
Well, I guess it was pretty bad. Say, they've got a terrific new floor show down the boulevard.
I was there before I went to Batangas. When I think about that rock and all those men, it was like a hot rain from hell. Everything shook like jelly all the time. Those damn Japs must have poured 1,000,000 shells and bombs on those poor devils. I remember a story that I heard. The Japs had knocked out almost every gun. And there was this battery. And those guys hung on. Nothing could make them stop. Why, the way I heard it, every one of them blistered the flesh right off their hands reloading that gun. They kept firing it from morning till night. By God, those Japs tried and they couldn't knock them out. And all at once they hit those fellows with everything the Japs had. And you know, they buried that whole damn battery of men. All but one. Every man buried alive under all that steel and concrete. All except that one lucky person.
Frank! I'm sorry, Frank. That guy in there, I had no idea.
No, Joe. It's not him, it's me. It's in me. It's there.
Now, look, Frank.
Now, don't you understand? It's always been there.
So what, Frank? The war happened to a lot of guys.
What happened to a lot of guys? You heard him. A whole battery of men buried alive under a mountain of rock and steel. All except that one got away. That was me, Joe.
Maybe he meant another battery.
No. It's me. And maybe you never heard the rest of the story, huh? A whole company of men buried alive. And that one man could have saved them. That one man.
Come on, Frank.
Instead, he ran away.
Now, listen, Frank. I'm your friend. And I tell you, you can't go on punishing yourself for something that happened over 20 years ago.
Why did I come back? Why?
I tell you one thing. You've got to face this thing once and for all. And you're not leaving the Philippines until you've faced it and beaten it.
How do I do that? I've tried all these years.
Tomorrow, we're going on a little trip.
Where?
We're going out to Corregidor.
Well, I'll tell you, Joe. Either I'm crazy to let you talk me into this trip, or I'm crazy to let the whole thing get under my skin at all.
No, friend. For once, you're doing the right thing. You've come this far. Pretty soon, you'll come to grips with your old nightmares. And you'll see that's all it is, just a case of bad dreams.
I hope you're right.
Well, Skipper, how do your passengers like the trip to Corregidor?
Well, they like it very much indeed, and so many of them comes back for the second time.
I always return to the scene of the crime.
my friend, Frank Mason. Major Pedro Francisco, or just plain Pete. Hello.
Welcome to Corregidor. Or should I say, welcome back. I understand that this is a kind of a sentimental return for you.
How'd you know that?
Pete and I are old friends. When I heard he was in command here, I called him by radio and told him we were coming.
I don't imagine you want a regular tourist show. You probably have some special place in mind you would want to see again after all these years.
Well, there's no rush, Major. We can take it in all easy like. I'm in no hurry.
We've got plenty of time. If it's no trouble for you, Pete.
No, no trouble at all. Well, shall we go?
I think thousands of us used to call that home. It's funny, there was always a racket around here. Always something going on. Over there, that was the theater. Movies on Saturday night. Now it's nothing but jungle. Strange.
Well, this is it. Battery Geary. They took the worst of it here, but I guess you know all about that.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Are you feeling well?
Are you all right, Frank?
Yeah, I'm all right. Just give me a minute to think. It's been a long time. I remember that morning. We were betting just like every day. How many points for the Jap gunners? Outside the hill, there was no score. On the ledge was 10 points. Inside the perimeter was 25 points. A bullseye was 100 points. The end of the game. Japs must have got 1,000 points. still are. Waiting. Waiting.
Come on, Frank. Let's go. What is it?
Did you hear that?
What?
That sound.
I didn't hear anything. You, Pete?
No, nothing.
I thought... It must be my imagination, but I thought I heard a funny kind of sound. Like something under the earth, moving or digging.
Come on, Frank. It's probably just a lizard. Come on, let's go.
All right, Frank? I think so.
How does it look to you now? Well, you should have seen this before we cleaned it up. The jungle had really taken over. Why don't we go below and you'll see how we fixed it up around here?
I'd rather not.
Pete, don't misunderstand. Why don't you explain, Frank? It may make it easier. Pete's okay. Maybe he can help.
No one can help. On that last day, there were 37 men alive. A man what was left here, and back there at Battery Gary. 37 of us. And Sergeant Berger. How I remember him. Load and fire, load and fire. Keep moving. You'll lose your earplugs, boy. You'll burst your eardrums. Your hands are raw. You want to sleep. Not on this rock, and not if Berger has anything to say about it. Just keep moving. Load and fire, load and fire.
Go on, Frank. Tell the rest.
That morning, there was only the big mortar at Geary still firing. If that got too hot, we made it back here through the tunnel connecting the two batteries. The Japs got the range on Geary and started hitting it right on target. Berger and the men made it to the tunnel entrance when the
magazine was hit. It sealed off that end. When I got to this side, the door was jammed. Half-inch of steel plate wedged tight in 4 feet of concrete. All the men of batteries Wheeler and Geary were down there. Everyone except a scared 17-year-old buck private. Kid's so scared that when those shells started hammering in, he ran like hell, hid as far as he could get away from all that damn noise and that ramrod burger. After the magazine went up, there wasn't any more mortar fire. He went down to the tunnel entrance. All the power and communications were out. Felt his way in the dark to that steel door. When it wouldn't open, he rapped on it with a piece of pipe. Somebody answered. He put his ear tight to the door and listened. They were all there, all sealed up in that lousy hole. There's no way out. They wanted out. Air was going bad. No way to contact headquarters, only the kid. The kid would have to make it himself and bring back help. He never made it.
And so you think you failed them? But you shouldn't feel that way. In war, those things happen. You tried your best.
But I didn't. As you see, I let them rot. You know what I had to do? All I had to do was go 1.5 miles down that road. 1.5 miles through hell. There wasn't a rat's chance of my getting 100 yards out of here. It was all fire and shrapnel and death. I never left this place. I tried, but I was too scared. I told him. I yelled through that door, I told him I couldn't make it. He cursed and called me yellow. Said I was a disgrace. I fixed that sergeant. I fixed him for all the crap he gave me. I yelled back, all right, Burger, you can rot in hell for all I care. Then he knew. He knew that I was their only hope of their getting out of that tomb. He reasoned, pleaded. He spoke about honor, duty, your buddies. I ran off. Later, I went to that door. I told him that help was coming. They'd be out in a few hours. He called me son. Dear God, I lied. I lied just so I wouldn't feel bad. I stayed outside that door all the time they were dying. He'd say, when, boy, when? I'd say, real soon now, Sergeant. Anytime. I guess something in me snapped. A couple days later, they found me talking to that steel door just as easy and relaxed as if nothing was wrong. They were all dead. All but me.
All these years you have believed you let your friends die. Suppose I told you you only thought you did.
Forget about fairy tales and dreams, Major.
That's exactly it. Bad dream. Let me tell you, Mr. Mason. According to our records, when the rescue squad pried open that steel door in May 1942, they found that the entire tunnel had been caved in due to the explosion of the magazine at Battery Geary.
I don't understand.
I mean, the entire tunnel was a solid mass of broken concrete. Those men died when the magazine blew up.
That's impossible. I talked to them. I talked to Berger. I know I did.
Just as you were talking to him when they found you. And yet, even as you yourself admit, they were already dead.
You're kidding. It's a bad joke.
Listen to me. They tried to pull the bodies out of the tunnel in 1945. It was already after the war. They had to do it from the other end. Those men were crushed under tons of concrete.
If this is really true, then you couldn't be responsible. They were already dead. I'm telling you, I talked to them just as plain as I'm talking to you now.
I'd say you were in a state of shock at the time. War does strange things to a man's mind. I can imagine the strain on your sanity during that long bombardment.
All right, now please stop it. Did you think I'd like to believe I imagined the whole nightmare?
I can prove it to you.
How?
The steel door to the tunnel. It's been sealed tight all these years.
What does that prove?
This is a national shrine, an attraction for tourists. Why would we allow an area to remain sealed off? I'll tell you why. Because the entire tunnel's caved in, and there's nothing to see except tons of rocks and concrete.
I don't believe it.
Then why don't you come with me and see for yourself?
No, I can't.
Got to, Frank.
I won't. I won't go down there. I can't, don't you understand? I'm afraid.
This is it, Frank. This is your one chance to get it over and done with.
But they're down there.
Do you want to go on the rest of your life believing that? How do you feel so far? Then we'll go. Well, there it is. Here. Now I'll show you. Try it yourself?
No.
Come close. You'll see it's sealed tight.
That's okay. I believe you.
Are you sure?
What am I supposed to say?
What do you think now?
I don't know.
You saw it with your own eyes. That door is sealed, and beyond it is a wall of concrete.
If I could only believe it.
What do you mean, if? What do you want, a solid gold guarantee? I could swear on a stack of Bibles I saw that door shut tight. There, you see? I knew it. Now you know it's all a bad dream, don't you?
You don't know how much I want to believe it. You got to give me time. It's got to sink in. It's got to make up for 20 years of hating myself.
Exactly. Takes time, and I have a good idea. What do you say we have a nice cold beer to celebrate?
I'm for it. Well, that is the best idea yet. I'm as dry as an old well.
Let's go.
You know, I've always believed that every man has a destiny, some special fulfillment in life. You never really cheat on destiny. It has a way of catching up with you. I mean, I always felt that I cheated on fate. That I was meant to die right here along with the rest of those men. And now it's all new. I guess it's a little late, but it looks like Frank Mason just started to live again.
Come on, you son of a gun, and we'll christen you with a bottle of beer. News for you. There goes your boat to Manila. I'm afraid you'll have to stay overnight.
No other boat?
Not until tomorrow. But don't worry, we'll get a couple of soft beds. Bring us some beer, please.
So peaceful. Just like any other beach anywhere in the world. And yet there is only this special place, Corregidor.
Soon this will be a beach resort. And it will have only pleasant memories for its visitors.
Well, I'll drink to that.
To the new Frank Mason and his victory in Corregidor.
I wonder if you'd mind if I took a little walk. Still have a lot of things to think about. And I can do it better if I go off by myself for a while.
Of course, surely.
Guess I'll just drift down to the beach there.
You can have the Jeep.
Thanks. I won't be going long.
Fellow.
I can't tell you, Pete, how grateful I am. It was a miracle you were able to set him straight and tell him the real truth after all these years.
It was no miracle. It was not the truth.
What do you mean?
I mean, it happened exactly the way he told it.
That's impossible. What about the steel door to the tunnel? It was sealed tight, just like you told him.
It's locked, so we don't have any tourists getting lost out there.
I can't believe it.
I tell you, there was no cave-in. It happened just the way he said it. Every man suffocated trying to claw his way out of that tunnel.
Why did you have to lie to him and make him believe?
For that reason. To make him believe. Oh, I've been stationed in a lot of army hospitals. How many poor devils I've seen tormenting themselves with guilt of what they did or didn't do or should have done, and for what? So that they should live the rest of their lives in a kind of private hell? At least, with a lie. He has hope.
But it's crazy. He's sure to find out.
No, I don't think so. He wants to believe. And that's half the battle.
When we play along. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You had me believing it. I just hope you're right.
Hello.
Hello?
Looking for something?
No, I was just admiring the boat.
Why?
I don't know. I guess it's been a long time since I've seen one.
But there are many in the Philippines much better than this.
Well, I just arrived yesterday.
Oh, I see.
I never saw a girl fisherman before.
I help my uncle. We sell fish to the people here,
I see.
but only me. There was some trouble before with my uncle. They say it was dynamite fishing.
What's that?
Dynamite fishing. You know, boom.
Yeah, I know dynamite goes boom, but what's that have to do with fishing?
You don't know? Well, you see, instead of a net, you throw this dynamite into the water. After it explodes, the dead fish float on the surface and you pick them up.
I see. No, thanks. I suppose that's against the law.
Of course, and very dangerous also. My uncle has only one arm.
You still use dynamite?
No more. But before he would come here and look for old shields and ammunition to make the explosions. Now he's old and afraid to lose his other arm, so we use the net. Are you a tourist?
Not exactly.
A soldier?
I was here a long time ago, during the war.
You were a soldier with a big gun? I have never seen them.
Why not?
I'm afraid to ask permission. They might think I'm looking for dynamite like my uncle before. And they won't let me come here anymore.
Well, why don't you get someone to go with you?
That would be wonderful. When shall we go?
Now, hold on. I didn't mean that,
Oh, I see. It's okay. Never mind.
It's not that I don't want to take you. It's just, Well, all right. I guess it's okay.
You mean you will?
Yeah. You're a funny girl. What's your name?
Lita,
My name's Frank.
you sure you want to take me?
In a way, it's something I've got to do. Never mind. It's just something I have to prove to myself. Besides, who could say no to a pretty girl like you?
This is the big gun.
One of the big guns.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I guess it was beautiful. In a strange sort of way.
And it must have been very loud.
Very, very loud.
And did you load the gun yourself?
Well, I helped.
Did you aim it?
No, someone else did that.
Must have made a big explosion.
Very, very big.
As big as the one that took my uncle's arm?
Even bigger.
Where did you get the ammunition?
Down below.
I want to see.
Well, they don't keep the ammunition there anymore.
I know. I just want to see.
Well, Lita, I don't think you'll see anything down there. And besides, it's very dark.
Oh, well, I can look in from the outside.
Of course. Come on, I'll show you.
Spooky, isn't it?
Are you afraid?
Not so much, but I'm with you. Don't you get a little afraid sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
I think it's because it's so dark in there. Look, a lamp. And there's still some oil left. You have a match?
Well, why don't we go down another time later? Believe me, there's really nothing to see down there. Besides, it's getting late.
Frank, I think you're afraid.
Okay, you win.
Come on, come on.
Now take it easy.
Use it slow.
Ali, you better slow down. I'm warning you, you can get hurt running around here.
I like this place.
Will you slow down? I can't see where I'm going.
Well, hurry.
Which way did you go? Lita?
I'm down here.
So you've had enough, huh? Okay, Lita, very funny. All right, Lita, be a good girl and open the door. Lita? The game's over. Come on, open the door. Let me out of here. Whoever you are, in God's name, let me out of here.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me in here.
It's you.
I've been looking for you. How did you get locked in there?
Listen, young lady, I don't like your idea of a joke.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean, locking me in there. Now, come on, I've had enough. Let's go.
I didn't lock you.
All right, forget it.
I was looking for you to ask you about a tunnel.
What tunnel?
The one down below.
What about it?
I don't know. Where does it go?
Doesn't go anywhere. It's all caved in.
No, it's not.
How do you know that?
I saw it.
Well, what do you mean you saw it?
I mean, I saw the tunnel when the steel door opened.
You opened it?
Well, no. It opened by itself.
Damn it, Lita, don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. Come and see.
All right, come on.
But it was open. I swear to you, it opened by itself. Don't you believe me?
I don't know, Lita. I'm not sure of anything anymore. Come on, let's get out of here. Were you down at the battery a while ago?
No, sir.
That's okay. Well, Lita, back to the beach.
You believe me? I didn't play a joke on you.
I believe you, Lita. It's someone else I believed in, and I guess I was wrong.
You're not angry with me?
No, I'm not angry with you.
Well, I must go to my uncle now. He'll be waiting for me.
I know.
Will I see you again?
Will you be here tomorrow morning?
Yes, tomorrow morning.
All right.
Will you really be here?
Yes, I will, Lita.
Promise?
I promise.
did all right for yourself. I said you look pretty good down there.
What's that?
Who are you kidding? I mean the pretty girl, of course. I saw you drive her off in the Jeep earlier.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Boy, you were pretty fast. You must have a good line with the girls.
She talked me into it.
That's a new twist.
She'd never seen the big guns. She asked me to show them to her.
Oh? Did you give her the grand tour?
I took her to Battery Wheeler.
Oh. That's great. I mean, you really licked it, haven't you?
Joe, there's something I gotta ask you. You're as much of a best friend as I'll ever have. I don't think you'd ever lie to me.
Frank.
Well, Mr. Mason, how's the beach? You and I were a little envious. That was a lovely girl you were with.
I took that girl back to Battery Wheeler.
That took some nerve. You're certainly improving.
Major, I want to hear it again. About the tunnel and the cave-in.
Why?
Because while we were there, the door to that tunnel opened.
Did you see that?
No, the girl saw it.
Well, you know that's impossible.
That's what I want to know.
Of course, the tunnel's caved in and the door's shut tight.
Is it?
What are you getting at, Frank?
I wish the hell I knew. I must be crazy. But that's not all. There was something else. We weren't alone down there.
The driver.
No, not the driver, not just anyone. But someone or thing was there.
Now, look,
Now,
Frank.
don't humor me and tell me I'm under a strain. I don't want to be humored. I just want to know the truth.
Just what happened out there?
I told you. The girl saw the door to the tunnel open, and there was no cave-in. We were separated at the time. I was locked in one of the rooms.
Locked? You mean the girl?
No, no. Someone else. I could hear their footsteps.
A practical joker.
No, it was no joke. I think I know who it was.
Next thing, you'll have me believing the place is haunted.
Now, all I'm telling you is this. That there's something out there that knows me, that wants me to believe. Now, there's something I've got to know. I want the truth about that tunnel. Now, Joe, I believe you. I'm sure that if you knew anything, you'd tell me.
And suppose I told you the same thing all over again. Would that satisfy you?
No. Because no matter what you say, I'm going back there and I'm going to open that door. I don't care if I have to pry it open or blow it open, but I'm going to find out for myself, once and for all.
Then it doesn't really matter what I say.
And you lied to me? Why? Why did you lie to me?
What's truth?
You played God with my life. Now, what the hell right did you have to do that?
Because we wanted you to live again, that's why.
And you knew, Joe. You knew?
He didn't. Not until you went to the beach. Then I told him.
It was all a lie. Everything you told me.
I'm sorry.
And now, what do you do, Frank? Are you going to let this thing wreck your life? Do you just surrender and give up living?
No. But I've got to make up for it. It's like an old debt, and it's got to be paid off.
How?
I don't know.
Forget it, Frank. It's impossible. There's no way you can go on living the past all over again.
Maybe that's it.
What's that?
If I could live that terrible time all over again.
But you can't.
I don't know, Joe. There's something that wants me to be there. I can feel it.
Who wants you where?
Back there at Battery Wheeler. Something wants me there.
Frank.
You're right. It was crazy of me to bring you back to Corregidor. No, I was meant to come back here. It was right here on this island that my life got all twisted and confused. It's got to right itself again. It's got to have meaning again. How? Well, there's one way to start. Some way or another, the answer's in that gun battery. I'm going back there again. I'll go with you.
We'll all go.
This is something I've got to do.
You can't go alone.
Your emotions are in a bad state. Your mind can play bad tricks with you. Not any more than they have these past years. Would losing my mind be any more terrible than it is right now? I appreciate your concern. This is something I got to work out myself. 20 years ago, I was alone down there with those poor devils, trapped and dying. I'm going to be alone down there again. With whatever it is, ghosts or memories or my own imagination. I'll tell you this much. We're going to come to terms with each other. And one way or another, I'll come away clean.
Are you quite sure that this emotional trial by fire will answer everything?
I'm not sure of anything. It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
I have a responsibility here. And I'm not sure if I can allow you to do this.
You must. I promise you, I won't do anything foolish.
Well, I know I shouldn't do it. But I guess I could let you stay in Battery Wheeler till midnight.
Thanks. Thanks very much.
You can take the Jeep. And if you're not back by midnight, we'll come for you.
You sure you want to do this?
When do you plan to start?
About an hour.
Well, you'll need a flashlight and a few things. You'll probably need a jacket. It could be very cool down there.
It's funny. I'm usually the one telling you to face this thing. Now I think you're going too far. That's the only way. Don't worry. I just want everything in the black. Frank Mason, paid in full. Goes. I hope this crazy idea works for his sake.
He'll make it. I told you before that he wants to believe, and that's half the battle. Now he wants to win at all costs, and that, my friend, is how battles are won.
Do you really think there's something or someone waiting there, like you said?
If you mean, do I believe in ghosts? No, I don't. But if I thought for 1 minute that an apparition or a spirit could haunt that old, deserted battery, I would never have let him go back there.
Aren't we taking a chance then to let him go there alone?
Depends.
On what?
Whether or not you believe in the supernatural.
Burger? Is it you? Burger? Is it you? Don't worry. I'm not running away. Burger? Burger, I know it's you. me. I came back. Sergeant Berger?
I shouldn't have let him go back there alone.
I don't think it would have mattered. Somehow, I think it was meant this way. He was supposed to come back here.
It's also crazy.
Is it? I wonder. If you remember, he said, every man has his own destiny. Something you can't escape. Frank believed he was meant to save the lives of his friends, or die trying. He must have lived that hell all over again, and come down that road last night believing the lives of 38 men depended on him. And he died trying to save them. 20 years too late.